Ebusuafo ne ahwefo emu bi akobade ba Unidek TV so send the dey kan obodi answer betumi emi subscribe button no so no subscribe na for like na wetumi a share no we comment was ne betumi.
You know, it's your boy Captain to the Planet. I'm here to talk to you about Unidek TV. Please subscribe to Unidek TV. Subscribe.
Free. Now the breaking news, gigim, breaking news. Now breaking news in say bank Ghana for save ho. The government of Ghana atom. Listen to me. The government of Ghana, they have sold Ghana Bank. Now they have sold the bank to wine. When did they do that? What I can tell you today, a few days or few weeks to come, they will come and tell you in a very diplomatic way. But that banking clean up from here, this government, through Baumia, Oforiata, and Addison, they are trying to clean their asses. But what and a bank that belongs to Ghana has been sold, and yet is being sold. It has been sold. If you have money in these banks, and at this bank I'm about to mention, tomorrow go and take your money. See, say who sikada any this bank I'm about to mention. Ochina ko yu sika. Na ye town bank na ma broni. E Baumia and the MPP say banking and clean up from here, it was supposed to save the banks and make the banks resolute and make the bank very, very resolute to be in Ghanaian market to work for the people. I don't think say banking closure say ade omuye no ede better results by and committee and come can say omaton. They have sold the bank to some Switzerland abrofo no maton bank na momo. Omobaba na nsia be catch them say sa bank no maton. And the name of the bank is this bank. Egigim. CBG Consolidated Bank Ghana Limited. The NPP government, they have sold it. CBG Nina. They have sold the bank to some Swiss business company. The bank is going to come and take over CBG. They are going to own it. They have sold it. It does not belong to you again. Now, these are, let me minimize this. These are the banks, MPP for power, almost banking cleanup. You remember, these banks, and almost they have done what? They have merged all of them, and that they have merged them. Bank of Ghana, sir, Waka banks when you now boom, audited bank bako. Adiama Ghana. CBG is a fully owned banker. It is fully owned by Ghanaians. A Ghana for bank. Construction Bank, Omuguno, Omo the Beige Bank, the Royal Bank, Unibank, and Sovereign Bank. Almost banks when you know, buy the number you may do and quenim. Into Omo now boom, Omo can say a measure. And Omo CBG. As I speak to you, they have sold it. Billions, they have shared the money. Next week, next 2 weeks, next 3 weeks, they are going to come tell you so tongue in a different language. In a different language. So when you go back into records, now could see in Sama Bank of Ghana, Ekafa the decision they took to do the banking cleanup now. This is what they actually said. Mami enche bibi muncho. Nami mauncho say these people are criminals. The banking closure now it was a lie. Now, so we read a year. Government establishes new indigenous bank. Bank of Ghana revokes licenses of 5 banks and appoints receiver in respect of their assets and liabilities. Bank of Ghana say sa bank rosizi ni nyano jomo japade ni nyina and the te bank bako. Into musike nyina kai no okani nyina bomu no the te CBG a be Ghana dia. Into ready a year point A now. What has happened to Unibank Ghana Limited, the Royal Bank Limited, Beige Bank Limited, Sovereign Bank Limited, and Construction Bank Limited? This was the answer Bank of Ghana gave. The Bank of Ghana has revoked the banking licenses of these 5 banks and has appointed a receiver over their assets and liabilities. Deposits and selected assets and liabilities of these banks have been acquired and assumed by a new bank, Consolidated Bank Ghana Limited. All deposits of the 5 banks are safe. Listen, all deposits of 5 banks are safe and have been transferred to the Consolidated Bank. Almost say Sa bank 5 ninya sika ekemu no ni nyina ye safe. Omo move sika ni nyina de akwhye ade friend Consolidated Bank mu. Now, all deposits of the 5 banks are safe and have been transferred to the Consolidated Bank. Customers can carry out their businesses as usual at their respective banks, which will now become branches of Consolidated Bank. All staff of these banks will become staff of Consolidated Bank. Board of directors and shareholders of these banks no longer have any roles. Bank of Ghana catcher said, Sa 5 banks we the nyina ka boom aye Consolidated Bank. Sika na ehye sa 5 banks ni nyina no. Sa sika no de akohyem ne friend Consolidated Bank. Ini say time a ye sa de we no. Sa ukọ na sa ukọ to bank bi ti say. Okoto bank bi to say a construction bank. Okoto bank is a beige bank. Okoto bank is a royal bank. Unibank, any sovereign banker. Oko na say omoto wa. Men who almost a Unibank. Men who almost a sovereign bank. Men who almost a royal bank. Omu nyina ni ati bank ba ko ne de omu nyina bom say Consolidated Bank. Sa bank na ya ton. Now, this is what the Bank of Ghana said. Time omde a banking closure. A issue ni ba no. These are some of the things they said. Does government of Ghana intend to own Consolidated Bank Limited forever? We're a Bank of Ghana document. There was one question that they were asking the Bank of Ghana. Does government of Ghana intend to own Consolidated Bank Ghana Limited forever? This was the answer. The government of Ghana intends to offload its shares in Consolidated Bank Ghana Limited within a period of 2 years. Now, the government intends to give ordinary Ghanaians the opportunity to acquire shares. The opportunity to acquire these shares. Remember, Consolidated Bank was established by the Bank of Ghana. It means to say, sa bank na ese a Bank of Ghana nete no eye menewo Ghana ni yedia. And a man for Busa Bank of Ghana say, na sa Consolidated Bank we a bedroom baby a Bank of Ghana be in safe free one and a Bank of Ghana for say ane ye be in safe free ye safe free one ye the bema Ghana for. Yeah, the bank ne shares ni nyina bema Ghana for. Na Ghana for a only bank no. But as we speak today, they have sold the bank to Switzerland for and amaton bank na momo. Omo beba be catch them. I went to Switzerland. A colleague journalist gave me this information because he's also investigating what is happening in Switzerland. I followed this story for about 6 months. I was quiet. I wanted to see. A colleague journalist in Switzerland I was working with said they have done the deal. They have sold this bank to a Swiss company. Into Consolidated Bank, Bank of Ghana didn't catch them. Say after 2 years they will sell it to Ghanaians, but they are now selling it to Swiss. Bank they are selling to Switzerland for. I'll leave it here today. That is the breaking news. Into CBG. Enam Ghana, 5 banks, Kabomu, no Consolidated Bank, Ghana, na, almost say, about to save Ghanaians, they have sold CBG. That's the breaking news here. First. The Bank of Ghana governor, Ken Oforiatta, led this. The finance minister knows. Nana Addo, they want to clean their tracks. Almost banking cleanup, they are cleaning their tracks right now. Town CBG way at the Switzerland for. When you come to power, make an NDC for it's going to be tough for you to investigate this issue because now there's a third party who now owns 100 or 80 or 90% of the shares. How are you going to fight that? They have sold your property to the Swiss. These banks, this CBG was supposed to be given to Ghanaians. That is a breaking news. Catch a Ghana for Kevin Taylor and the breaking will have first. Do not forget. Ghana for who say Ejapade book no no na sebio omo implement bibia wom. Mama kan page 5 the wom CBG Bank no na eda omo enisi se omo beton. Ejapade book ni page 5. Hwe with the OCA diagro. Okay, page 5 are biological children. Say these are banks in which we should have controlling interest. The collapse of the local banks with ties to the opposition NDC and other rival political factions during the cleanup operations undertaken by the mother was a resounding success. It facilitated the flow of substantial financial resources into our war fund through backflow of some of the advertised cleanup costs. The NDC has been poor in coherently and consistently demanding detailed accountability and audit of the funds spent. The process further led to the establishment of Consolidated Bank of Ghana, currently a wholly owned Government of Ghana Bank, and our proxies are well placed to take controlling interests when the bank is eventually returned to private ownership. See, this is the line that is very important. Say, the NDC has been poor in coherently and consistently demanding detailed accountability and audit of the funds spent. The process further led to the establishment of Consolidated Bank Ghana, that's the CBG, currently a wholly owned Government of Ghana Bank, and our proxies are well placed to take controlling interest when the bank is eventually returned to private ownership. So from the beginning, they had an idea, say, Omobeti BB a consolidated bank. Answer no mobile power no. They knew they were going to shut banks down. And almost shut banks down, they will group them and call them Consolidated Bank. What they are going to do is say, their people are going to set up companies overseas. Then what they are going to do is say, they will sell their bank to them. Now later, no, it becomes theirs forever. And no, and our completion simple and clean. Inti, I don't want to go further, but so I'll read the other one down there. Mr. S, do you want me to read everything or the third paragraph? Mr. S, do you want me to read the third paragraph? The third paragraph says this: the takeover of CBG and the acquisition of significant equity holding in the GAT assisted banks represent our strategy for direct play in the commercial banking space in the country. As a result of our hold on these banks, two goals will be met, namely direct financial contribution in the form of dividends, and secondly, the granting of funding support to our designated local businesses. So, they already had the plan in there. My catcher, when they say CBG, it has been sold to the Swiss. Ya Thomas Switzerland phobia. Now, know the funny thing, almost Switzerland and and the funny thing is, Swiss are taking full ownership of the bank. Ghana for money peace. Bejam bear 10% to be. We are free power no. Then they own the CBG. And as we speak right now, technically, Consolidated Bank Ghana Limited, it belongs to Kufuor and his family. You don't go too much. I will allow you to go out there. Wait for them. They will come and tell you. Wait for them. They will come and tell you. Now, mommy, I'm going.
Ebusuafo ne ahwefo emu bia akobade ba Unidek TV so send the dey kan obade answer betumi emi subscribe button no so no subscribe na for like na wetumi a share no we ja comment was ne betumi.
It's your boy Captain to the Planet. I'm here to talk to you about Unidek TV. Please subscribe to Unidek TV. Subscribe.